In news overseas, emotions are running high in Washington as the impeachment inquiry targeting President Donald Trump gains momentum. This latest battle over the Trump presidency is likely to worsen the sharp political divide within the country, just as the 2020 presidential campaign gets underway in earnest. VOA national correspondent Jim Malone has more on the political stakes and fallout from the impeachment battle in Washington.
Schiff has now been proven to be a liar. We've known it for 3 years because they've been trying to impeach for 3 years.
At the White House, President Trump is in battle mode over the Democratic impeachment inquiry.
People have said to me, how does he handle it? Because it's all a fraud. And because of that, and because I know that I'm right, and because I'm doing a great job for the American people, I'm very, very happy living the way I'm living.
Trump has also ramped up his attacks on the news media.
But much of it is corrupt. It's corrupt. You have corrupt media in this country, and it truly is the enemy of the people. Thank you very much.
Congressional Democrats remain focused on Trump's phone call with Ukraine's leader and his appeal for help in trying to find political dirt on Democratic presidential contender Joe Biden. Democrat Adam Schiff.
To try to effectively coerce a foreign leader that is completely dependent on our country for military, economic, diplomatic, and other support, to intervene in our election to help his campaign. It's hard to imagine a more corrupt course of conduct.
The conversation that I had was absolutely perfect.
Trump has denied any wrongdoing and described the exchange as a perfect call. But legal expert Paul Schiff-Berman says the allegations are serious.
The entire purpose and content of the call, as released by the White House, is only to further the president's personal political efforts to hurt one of his political opponents. And that's an abuse of power and authority that goes beyond anything I think we've ever seen.
But is Trump's behavior serious enough to warrant removal from office? That's the whole point of the impeachment inquiry, says expert Thomas Schwartz.
I think the real question will be whether it rises to the level of an impeachable offense, and I think that's going to be, it might be helpful there in the investigation if they can find a pattern of this type of behavior in his other interactions with foreign leaders.
The impeachment battle is already hardening feelings about Trump among both supporters and opponents, and will likely worsen the already sharp partisan divide in the country, says William Galston.
The polarization is both increasing and deepening, and there is no getting around the fact that we are in for months of conflict around this issue. It will pour gasoline on an already raging fire, I'm afraid.
The impeachment debate effectively becomes the opening round in the 2020 presidential election battle, says John Hudak.
The next 5 to 8 weeks is probably going to tell us a lot more about the 2020 presidential election than the last 3 years have.
Trump is no stranger to political battles, and the next one could be the defining moment of his presidency.